Real estate investors utilizing a 1031 exchange to defer capital gains taxes on investment property sales must adhere to strict rules and regulations throughout the process. A vital requirement is that the same taxpayer who sells the relinquished property must also acquire the replacement asset. However, there are limited scenarios where a change in ownership can occur without invalidating the exchange. To qualify for tax deferral benefits, consistent ownership must be maintained throughout the 1031 exchange. The IRS mandates that any change in ownership during or immediately after the exchange will result in the denial of tax deferral for all parties involved. To ensure compliance, a clear paper trail must be established by transferring the title from the relinquished property to the buyer and subsequently acquiring the new title for the replacement property. It's crucial to note that transferring ownership shortly after the completion of the exchange can potentially invalidate the 1031 exchange, subjecting the original investment property to capital gains taxes. To mitigate complications and preserve the exchange's tax benefit, it is advisable to wait until the exchange has become old and cold. This typically entails waiting for a significant period, allowing several years to pass and ensuring the exchange is well established before proceeding with ownership transfer. While consistent ownership is generally required, there are a few exceptions. Community property. In states with community property laws, joint ownership is assumed when only one spouse is listed on the title of an exchange property, except in cases of inheritance or gifted property. Death of the taxpayer. If the taxpayer passes away during the exchange process, the descendant's estate can continue the exchange and receive tax deferral. Delaware Statutory Trust, or DST exchanges. Investors can participate in 1031 exchanges by acquiring beneficial interests in DSTs rather than holding direct title to real property, as long as the same taxpayer is involved. Consulting with a qualified intermediary or tax professional is crucial to ensure compliance with IRS regulations and fully understand the implications of ownership changes in a 1031 exchange. In summary, strict adherence to the rules of a 1031 exchange is essential for real estate investors looking to defer capital gains taxes. While consistent ownership is generally required, limited exceptions exist. By understanding the guidelines and seeking professional advice, investors can successfully navigate the complexities of ownership changes and preserve tax benefits of the exchange. Contact a member of our team today or visit perchwealth.com for more information. This video presentation is not an offer to buy or a solicitation to sell a security. The video is a discussion pertaining to one or more investment strategies and/or asset classes, and is not a discussion of any specific offering, past or present, of securities. As a reminder, there is no guarantee that any investment or strategy will perform as targeted, and any investment involves the risk of the loss of some or all principal invested. This video contains statements intended for educational and hypothetical purposes only, and is not to be construed as a promise of performance. Information presented herein reflects the opinions of the speakers and is from sources believed to be reliable, but all information is subject to change. Not an offer to buy, nor a solicitation to sell securities. Information herein is provided for information purposes only and should not be relied upon to make an investment decision. All investing involves risk of loss of some or all principal invested. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Speak to your finance and/or tax professional prior to investing. Securities offered through Emerson Equity LLC, member FINRA SIPC. Only available in states where Emerson Equity LLC is registered. Emerson Equity LLC is not affiliated with any other entities identified in this communication. There is no guarantee that any strategy will be successful or achieve investment objectives. Potential for property loss. All real estate investments have the potential to lose value during the life of the investments. Change of tax status. The income stream and depreciation schedule for any investment property may affect the property owner's income bracket and/or tax status. An unfavorable tax ruling may cancel deferral of capital gains and result in immediate tax liabilities. Potential for foreclosure. All financed real estate investments have potential for foreclosure. Illiquidity. Because 1031 exchanges are commonly offered through private placement offerings and are illiquid securities, there is no secondary market for these investments. Reduction or elimination of monthly cash flow distributions. Like any investment in real estate, if a property unexpectedly loses tenants or sustains substantial damage, there is potential for suspension of cash flow distributions. Impact of fees and expenses. Costs associated with the transaction may impact investors' return and may outweigh the tax benefits.